All sports, all plays, ball courts, pump fakes, crossovers, it's a motion. All sports, all plays, ballparks, home base, miss that speed by, that's 3 strikes. We know what's happening in the league. All sports, all plays, ASAP. Cause we know what's going down with your team. We'll bring you up to speed ASAP. Not talking about Rihanna's baby daddy, it's the network covering every play that's happening in the ring, on the field, on the courts, on the lane. We gon' cover the game, all sports, all play. All sports, all plays, ball courts, pump fakes, crossovers, it's a motion. All sports, all plays, ballparks, home base, miss that speed by, that's 3 strikes.
What is going on, everybody? This is the #1 combat show in the game. It is Throwing Hands. It is episode 2 of season 3. This is your boy Josh. I got my co-host James. How you doing, my guy?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Glad to be here. Episode 2. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How you liking January so far?
January's been good, man. It's been good to me. Different. Already 2024 seems like it's already starting off just like crazy. Tsunamis, earthquakes, volcanoes going off, a whole bunch of other stuff. Yeah, but you know, we hanging in there.
It's already almost over January too. It's like, holy hell. You know, it's like 2024 is already off to a fast start.
Yeah, man. Crazy, man, for sure. But UFC, we've seen a lot of announcements on the upcoming fights. 299 looks like it's going to be a crazy card.
Yeah.
300 looks like it's about to be an even crazier card. And then we just came off of Sean getting beat.
Man, that is now. The stream cut out for me at the time when I was watching that fight, so I couldn't actually see the whole thing. But everything I'm seeing, bro, it seemed like Sean Strickland got robbed.
I mean, the proof is in the numbers, man. I mean, significant strikes, total strikes. It was, but watching it, they both looked like they got hit by a car. And Dupuis had 6 takedowns. So, I mean, it is what it is. Dana thought Sean won too. A lot of people did, but it looks like we're going to definitely see a rematch in that one.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully sooner than later too, because I know Dana White, he kind of contested it, saying, maybe not do it until a little later, but we'll see how it goes.
I hope they don't drag it out. He deserves it. I mean, but then again, that was his first defense and he lost it, so it is what it is.
That's true. Yeah.
But yeah, episode 2, man, we have a great guest on tonight. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, yes, sir. And hey, let me tell you something. This guy is deranged, barbaric, and crazed, like a wolfman leaving you brutally maimed. It's insane, but you're going to be left decrepit, in pain. Now you're going to be left beheaded. Call it a learning lesson. But unfortunately, you're going to be ripped apart piece by piece, left with 32 motherfucking broken teeth. I can only imagine your epitaph, quote unquote. Oh shit, he got eaten alive. I'm a werewolf. Run for your life. The beast is out. He's going to rip out your eyes. Call him monstrous. Yes, it is quite preposterous. Too bad, though, because you're left unconscious. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to rock it, as he's the one and only Bobby the Wolfman Moffett. What's up, my guy?
Oh!
Hey!
Dude, that was a good fucking rap right there. I like that.
I appreciate that.
You gotta start spitting.
Right? What's up, Bobby? How you doing, man?
Holy shit, I've never had anyone rhyme Moffett.
Hey, see, that's why we're the #1 combat show. We do everything, man. I mean, you know, we gotta treat you right.
That was hot right there. That was hot.
Oh man, well, we're glad you liked it, man. How you doing tonight?
Yeah. I am doing well. How are you guys doing?
Doing pretty good, man.
Yeah, can't complain at all, man.
just left the gym and taught some classes and privates, trained today. It's a good day. It's a good day today.
Nice. So, what do you typically do in a training day and when you teach classes?
So typically I start the day off. Normally I have either I teach a class or I have a client before, and then I start training. Let's say either I do the team practice or I'm doing my own thing, then the team practice, or I have the client, then team practice, then my own thing, then another client, and lunch, and then I'm back to work. So normally I do my workouts in the morning, and then if I have time, I have like a 30-minute window in the middle of the day after I teach an amateur team. Then I'll do my own thing, like a cardio session or something like that. Right now I've got an ear infection, so I've just been lifting right now. But it's still a good day. Still a good day.
Yeah, I know this weather probably isn't helping you at all.
What was that?
I said I know this weather probably isn't helping out at all.
I mean, I don't mind it. I like the rain. We needed it. I feel like I just got a house, so I'm like, I need all of my grass to get some water here. I want the free water. I don't want to pay for it right now.
Free irrigation.
Yeah, exactly.
So do you teach all adults or you teach kids as well?
I teach adults. Yeah, so I'll cover some kids classes if they need it, but typically I'm just working with adults.
Okay. And you got a few fighters under you right now, because if I remember correctly, you got Jace Jones, and then does Dwayne Mitchell train under you as well?
Yeah, Dwayne.
Nice.
Dwayne Bang. There's my rhyme for that one. I got Dwayne Bang, Super Lane Bang. If I finish the rest of it, he'll get real pissed at me, and then you guys might think I'm a little racist because of what I say. But it's trust me, it's warranted. It's what he calls himself, so I won't say it though.
That's that gym love. So you cornered Dwayne's last fight, didn't you?
His last kickboxing fight, yeah.
Nice. So how does that feel?
He acted like he won a world championship after that fight.
I saw that reaction, bro.
I took a video of him winning the fight, and I sent it to him, and I'm like, what in the hell are you doing, dude? You barely had time to get your hand raised. He was running around the ring like he had beat the best fighter in the world. I was like, what are you doing, dude? Like, just
that adrenaline, man. That adrenaline gets you going.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell? But it was good. I mean, it was a good fight. I was happy for him. I'm always happy for one of my guys when they win. I mean, I'm happy that they're willing to go in there and fight, win or lose. Obviously,
right.
I'm more happy when they win, but
right.
getting them out there and fighting and believing themselves, that's a big deal to me too. So I like seeing it.
Yeah, and we saw one of your boys, Jace Jones. He won back at the last Rough last year.
Yeah,
bro, it was a stellar fight with him because he ended it quick. It was like I think like 2.5 minutes in the first round.
Yeah, it was something like, I don't know if it might have been quicker than that. I think I don't know.
Yeah, maybe like a minute and a half around that.
Yeah, something like that. And yeah, he did really well. We had no idea what was going on with the guy that he was fighting. He was like some actor or something, I don't know. And the kid came out and just was doing some weird stuff. So I'm happy Jace kind of just settled down and then just hit him with that overhand, and it was a quick night. It was good fight for him.
You guys sure you didn't have a bet going on who could have the quickest performance last year?
So I had a bet with, not really a bet. So my last fight, it was 22 seconds. That was the quickest fight of my entire life. Like, I don't think I've had a fight go quicker than that, even when I was fighting people when I was a kid. So,
dude, I was 2 feet from that too.
Yeah, I feel bad. I should have beat him up for a little bit longer, but it's like, I don't know. I tell these guys when they're amateurs, they always want experience. Oh no, I want to go in there and I want to fight 3 rounds. I want to show that I could. I'm like, look, dude, you get that experience when you're sparring people who are way better than you in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you got to get comfortable here. They talk about ring time. You don't. You at the end of the day, you do not want to be in a cage locked with another human being that wants to beat your ass any longer than you have to. If you can win the fight in 22 seconds, take the opportunity. But
Yeah,
there's
you
this
better
kid.
do it.
There's a kid on our pro team. He's an amateur. His name is Alex. He'll be fighting in Yuma next week, actually.
Oh,
And
nice.
after I won in 22 seconds, he was like, "I'm gonna win in less than 22 seconds." And he had an amateur fight like not too long after my fight, and he won in like 27 seconds. He was pissed. He was
Hey.
pissed. But he's the only guy that I have like a bet almost. You know, it's not really. It's like more he wants to do it. I don't care if he beats me or not, but he wants to finish a fight in less than 22 seconds just to say that he did it better than me. But
I mean,
we'll
hey,
see.
it's part of that motivation, because it's kind of like how people talked about. I don't know the actual like math with the track and everything, but if you did 10, people thought 10 miles was impossible until one person achieved it at a certain time, and then once you break that limit, then everybody else starts to do it. So you're just
Yeah.
motivating him to break the limit.
No, that
Yeah.
was like running. You know,
Hmm.
everyone back in the day thought you could not run a mile in under 4 minutes.
That's
And
what it was. That's what I was trying to reference.
once that first guy breaks it, boom. Now that's the regular thing.
Mhm.
Now every kid that's doing that kind of running can run under 4 minutes. Like high schoolers can do it. Like
Yeah.
yeah, it's just crazy. Once one person shows that they can do it, look at Conor McGregor did the double champ thing, and then boom, another. Everyone starts doing it, right? So not everyone, but I mean, a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
Yep, it's the go-to thing now.
Right. So
Everything looks unachievable until it's done, and then I'm gonna go get that too.
Oh
It's
shit!
crazy how that stuff works.
One of these days, someone's gonna start flying, and then we all find out we can all fly. I don't know.
For real, bro.
Yeah. It's like, oh shit,
So-
superpowers are real this whole time? Oh fuck. Okay.
Exactly.
So we only got 22 seconds last year, you man.
Yeah, that was
Are
pretty
you
lame.
have anything? You have anything scheduled coming up? You got anything in the works?
So I did do an interview for the Ultimate Fighter. They're doing a season 145 and 185, I think, the two weight classes. But I haven't got a call back. I don't know if they're gonna do. I don't know if they're doing two back-to-back seasons where they have guys do like comeback seasons. You know, so
Right.
whether that happens or not, you know, I'm trying to get a fight here soon. So I would like to get a fight whether I was getting on the Ultimate Fighter or not. You know, I need to start beating people up again. And try and make one more run, try and get into the UFC again, and beat people up where it matters.
Exactly. Especially too, after your performance against Daniel Soto at the last rough, and you're currently on a win streak, and you did especially great in that last fight, because when you think about it, you showed once again there's levels to this. So if you're at the level that puts you as a contender in the UFC, then that speaks volumes, especially with what you do.
Yeah, that's really how I felt about that. Like I kind of feel disrespected that the dude said yeah to fighting me. It's like, okay, well, there's a difference between you and me.
Right.
So 22 seconds kind of shows you what that difference is.
Yeah.
Right.
And I kind of do that with my sparring sometimes too. I let a lot of these guys beat me up, the younger ones that want to prove that they can spar with kids who fought in the UFC and all that stuff. And then I just wait, and then boom, I just take them down and choke them. Okay. So I want you to know that I've been letting you do this just because I'm doing my own thing.
Yeah. Now, how does that kind of work for you? You're coaching, you're working with these fighters, you're helping them train for camps, and there's multiple fights going on, month after month, and you're kind of sitting back. Does it give you that urge? Does it gives you that itch to kind of get back in there sooner? Like, how does that kind of put you in that?
Yeah, honestly, every time I corner a fight, I'm like, why the hell am I not fighting? You know, but like, they're amateurs, so it's like, I wouldn't be fighting on the shows that they're fighting on typically. So, except for that rough show, but luckily none of my guys had to fight on that one
Right.
when I fought.
Mm-hmm.
But it's, you know, every time I'm watching one of my guys fight, I'm like, damn, I want to be fighting somebody. You know, I love that feeling of where you put in all the time and effort and the work, and then you go out there and you show people what you did. You know, like, this is what I've been working on. Look at how this is. Look at these punches I'm landing. Look at that submission I did. Look at that takedown I got. Like, it's undescribable. I feel like, you know, like, it's hard to tell people who haven't done it to be like, this is what you feel while you're doing it. You know, it's just something.
It's just like, it's that there's only one way to get rid of it, and that's to actually do it.
Yeah. Yeah. You're
Yeah.
like, I need to beat somebody up and make some money doing it.
And you know, that's what makes.
I've never
Oh no,
really
go ahead.
cared about making money. Sorry, I was just saying, I've never really cared about.
Oh, I think you froze.
People and oh, do we freeze?
Oh yeah, you're good
for
now.
a second.
Yeah, I heard the part where you said that you didn't care about the money.
Yeah, I don't really care about making money. I just cared about beating whoever was in front of me. You know. I want to prove that I'm better than them.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why the sport is so fascinating in its own nature, because, you know, it's like we see some of the humblest and sincere people that come out of fighting, but yet it's also a game of violence. So it's just that interesting dynamic, and it's like, it's part of that, like that primal side of human nature, where it's like, when you want to scrap, you want to scrap. And it's, I mean, hey, if you can make money off it at the same time, that's the best of both worlds. You're killing two birds with one stone at that point.
Yeah, I got a family to provide for. I need some money, baby.
Right. Right. So, Bobby, like, what really kind of like pushed you into fighting itself? I know you had, you know, from what they report, obviously Tapology and these things kind of caught on late, but they have you down for 5 amateur fights. I think you've done more than that, a couple more than that. But what really pushed you into this? What really kind of gave you that push to initially to go pro?
Well, I mean, I grew up with 3 older sisters, and they, you know, they like tortured me growing up. So they always they made me pretty tough, you know. And then I had girl cousins, you know, my growing up my whole life, and on my mom's side they're all younger than me, so I always felt like I had to protect them. And I always love superheroes and all that stuff, and I just wanted to be, I don't know, I always thought being a good fighter, like being able to defend and beat people up, was like a sign of, I don't know, this is what I felt like I had to do in life. I don't know, this is a type of calling that I've never felt before, you know, like my closest thing I could be to a superhero, besides, you know, going out and actually like trying to do that, you know,
having
like
your cape on and flying across buildings,
towards trying to protect people and fighting. Yeah, you know, I just want to fight people, you know, and prove that I'm better than them, you know. Just an interesting way that I chose to do that. You know, I could have done a few other things instead of fighting. Fighting's probably the most selfish way of proving that I could do this, you know. There's some other things you could do a little bit more selfless. How I looked at it, you know, and this is the path
We lost you for a couple seconds.
What's up?
Oh, we had lost you it froze for a couple seconds.
Oh, okay. Sorry. What was the last thing you guys heard?
Right before, it feels good to be able to know that you can beat everybody up in the room.
Right before that. Damn, what did I say before that? Nothing to go on. It's all right. As long as I end on when I know I could beat everybody up in the room, that's how I felt. You know, like that's what I always did growing up. You know, you walk around, you size everybody up. You go, oh, can I beat that motherfucker up? Can I beat that dude up? Can I beat? Oh yeah, this is. You go in the room, you go, this is how I would do it. If some shit went down, how am I being the alpha in this room? You know, like I always look. You know, I grew up with dogs too. You know, and I always felt. I actually talked to one of my clients the other day, and I'm like, bro, what's up with these new kids? Are they dressing up in your high school? They dress up like dogs and shit. And he's like, yeah, there's this kid that walks around in a dog uniform sometimes. And I go, damn, what the fuck? They need to bring back bullying. And and I told him straight up, like, I grew up wanting to be a dog, you know? I always looked at my dogs like that's how I felt, you know. I'm the dogs that are outside, you know. And we would play a game with my sister and all my cousins, and they'd do like house, and they'd be a family, and I'd be the family dog and shit. But it was just for the game, right? Like 30 minutes, right? Tops, you know. But that's why I always liked wolves, and I'm the Wolfman, and I always howled and shit. If I grew up in this time right now, I'd probably be dressed up as a dog right now. I look at it and I go, this is ridiculous. But if I grew up and got freaking, you know, told I could be whatever I want to be, and encouraged to be whatever you want, I'd be dressing up like a dog right now. I bet. I'd be messed up right now. I'd be one of those weirdos in the class.
It's crazy though, because the dynamics that you said, the dynamic that you said though about bringing bullying back, people might frown upon that statement, but it's so true to me, because it gave, I don't agree with bullying, first of all, put that disclaimer out there, but it gave people the ability to go through the cycle of emotions, go through the cycle of learning how to defend themselves, going through the cycle of you know, being a normal kid in society, but still being able to be yourself. You know, and I think these kids nowadays totally miss that.
Yeah.
So like I always tell people when I say that, like, I've been on both sides, you know. I've been a bully. I'm not proud of it, you know, and I've been bullied. So it's like, I know what it's like, you know. I broke down in the middle of a damn classroom in high school just because of things that were done to me, you know. And I was a bully to be friends with the wrong people, you know, like before that. And you get in high school and things are different, and you're not friends with those people anymore. And then, you know, you get both sides of the spectrum. So I've been there, and I'm telling you, you need bullying. I need to be bullied. I needed to be bullied, you know, and everyone else needs to be bullied. All right, I don't care. You need to know where you stand. Can you handle it? Can you fight back? Will it bring you to martial arts? Will you learn how to fight back? You know, will you you know, adapt and survive?
Will you just pull up your pants and go to class and get good grades?
Can you prove to yourself that you're strong enough? Yeah, can you prove to yourself that you're strong enough to handle it and deal with these people, or are you gonna just quit? You know?
Yeah, and to both,
it's needed. But I
yeah,
mean, I don't encourage it. Trust me, I've got a little girl. and I've got another little girl on the way actually. And fuck, if my girl comes home, she's like, I've been bullied at school. I'm like, what the hell? You need me to go there and beat these little kids up? But I mean, that's not gonna happen. My girl's gonna know how to fight, so it's not gonna happen. But you know, you think of that and you go, it would be terrible to be a parent seeing your kid be bullied. Yeah, that does suck. But you as a parent should give your kid the right outlet so that if they are bullied, they can learn how to defend themselves or get them out of that situation. But you can't just stop everyone from bullying. It is necessary. Real life
happens.
You're not going to get a corporate job dressed as a dog. You're not going to get these jobs that require, you're not going to be a doctor dressed as a dog. I'm not going to go to a doctor dressed as a dog. All right. Like, if you're dressed as a dog, trust me, you're not fucking checking my knee. All right. You're not fucking grabbing my balls for a physical, dude.
Yeah, and you know, to both of your guys' points too, you know, like especially what you were talking about before as well, like you just, no matter what, you felt like you had an urge to fight and use it also as a means to protect and help others. And you know, part of that story comes with the hard work, because like the where we talk about in this conversation with how the younger generations get it wrong with what they just want to be, whatever they want to be. They want it, but they gotta understand the reality and expectations and actuality of it. And tying in with what you said as well, you know, it's to be what you want, do what you want. You got to operate within the reality, but still be able to chase your dreams. And if you yourself as well, you're chasing your dreams, you're setting the standard, that's what's going to motivate the youth to follow suit.
Exactly. Very well said. I like that.
Yeah. It's crazy too, because if you look at even the younger kids that are graduating or about to graduate, or the ones that just graduated, seems like the youth that we're dealing with nowadays is their first challenge. They fold, and they don't just fold like a normal kid. Like you know, when we came up, we've all had that moment where we fold under pressure for the first time. But it's like a self-destruction fold. They just give up. We're seeing, you know, like it's crazy. And I think a lot of it has to do with kind of like what you just said, on a full spectrum level. There's this cancel culture now, so people are scared to be themselves and act out as who they are in public areas now. Everything's recorded. Their cell phones pop out so quick. And then, like you said, our kids, they're trained to where if you cough wrong, you go tell a teacher. Teacher's supposed to handle that because you snitched on them. Like, it's such a soft society right now. Everybody's so like timid. It's weird.
Yeah. It's you get two extremes. It's like these kids that have been coddled and by their parents, and now you're getting kids that are coddled by society, and it's like, come on. There are some.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you freeze again?
Give us a couple seconds of frozen. Oh, he must be getting close to home. That's what it is.
Yeah.
He's giving us the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, exactly. But it's you know, it's the great thing about a conversation like this is that it gets brought full circle in a sense of MMA and discipline. We'll have Bobby back on. Don't worry, people. But yeah, but in regards to hard work and discipline, because we really have to think about it. You know, we could never, in actuality, avoid pain and suffering, and the more that we try to avoid it entirely, the more it backfires and causes damage on ourselves. So what MMA does, especially great with kids, is that one, obviously teaches them self-defense. Two, it teaches them integrity, discipline, honor, you know, respect among your peers, because now you're getting pushed to your limits. Now you're understanding the reality of and repercussions of your actions, this and that. And you know, honestly, it'd be nice if we could go back to days where we could squash beefs by just fucking slugging it out in the parking lot for a quick minute, within reason, of course, instead of just having cancel culture and everything go through.
Yeah. No, we got you back. Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
think he can hear us. Can't hear us?
Try backing out and joining back in.
You might have to send him a message.
Okay.
So while we're
Little
working
technical
on that,
difficulties.
but no, you're 100% correct, man. I think that not only with the youth, but even like what we're seeing nowadays in regular society on an everyday basis, we have nicknames for people that act crazy. We call them Karens, or Kens if they're male. There's, like he was saying before, we got kids dressing as dogs, cats, and I'm all for people being who they want to be and act as if how they want to act. But as me and you were kind of talking today in our regular conversations earlier, you know, be who you want, do what you want, act as you want. But you got to be able to handle your business as well. You still got to be able to integrate into society. You still got to be able to go to a 9 to 5 job and be able to have common conversation and get things taken care of. What you do at home in the dark, what you do at home, when you're done and you're off the clock, that's all on you. But 100%, this is the days that we're living in. We're dealing with very soft, a very soft community overall.
No, yeah, I agree. And it's just I'd say with this generation especially, and with having the platforms to be able to set an example, it's more important now than ever to set the example. As we continue tying it in with not only just MMA but life in general, everybody has a ripple effect on each other. We all exchange energy, and the more bad energy you put out, the more that comes in return. So it takes an active community effort to help change things like this. And it's just like, as we go through life, there's always going to be hardships, and the defining moment of those situations. Oh, hey, there we go. Can you hear us?
What is going on here? I can't hear you guys now.
You can't hear us?
Can you hear us?
We can hear you this time around. Can you hear us?
Hello?
Let's see.
We can hear you. Uh-oh.
Hold on, I'm going to re-enter.
Okay.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting it through, we make the most of it.
Right. So, while we wait for him to come back, that also brings in a good aspect of, how a lot of fighters got into this initially. So it's also raises the question of the type of people, the type of kids that we're going to get in the next wave of fighters. If they're not getting that bullying, they're not going through those same exact types of situations, are we going to get the same type of beginning fighters?
Yeah,
for the same reasons.
That's a very good that affect actually competition, because everybody, when they face hardship, they're faced with a crossroads of two paths: either let it get the best of you, or you get the best of it. And that's where it's a big defining moment for especially young amateur fighters coming in.
There we go. I'm back.
You can hear us now?
Hey, there we go. What's up?
Yes,
I was hanging out outside in my car. I should have just walked in the house and not get messed up with the Wi-Fi and shit. We got a terrible reception out here.
No worries, man. Don't worry. Same thing in my place. And when I'm at home, I got no connection to my phone.
Oh yeah, we need the Wi-Fi out here. If we don't have Wi-Fi, it'll just there ain't shit.
But I know we don't want to hold you up too late, but I know we got usually some ending questions that we'll usually ask. So I'll go and start off with my question. So one that I like to ask: for one fight, you could have anybody part of your corner. They could be alive, dead. They don't even have to be MMA. They could be a different sport. They don't even have to be in sport. Anybody, period. Who would you want to have in your corner for one fight?
I mean, I had thought of the answer already when you were telling me, but I'm just trying to think. I mean, anyone that's real, right?
Yeah.
Real
I,
human being.
I mean, hey.
Yeah. I would go, I'd go with my cousin Riley because
Okay.
he passed when we were 27. He's the same age as me, and he passed away in a car accident. So that would be pretty cool. He used to go to all my fights, so that'd be pretty cool to have him in my corner. Now, if I'm talking about, fake people, I would want Godzilla in my corner.
You just hear a big ass voice, step on that bitch.
Yeah. Dude, atomic breath that motherfucker.
Burn him.
I had two ideas that I was thinking back in my head. First one, I was thinking Rampage just because he howls too. But the other one,
be really cool.
yeah, the other one I was thinking it would be like either Goku or Vegeta.
Oh yeah, I like Vegeta.
Yeah, Vegeta.
I like Goku more. I think I relate more to Naruto though. So, or Yusuke Urameshi. I would like that. The spirit gun. Not the live action version. I didn't watch that, but I heard it sucks. I only like the anime.
See,
that's funny.
I think I watched the live action. And
I haven't watched the
actually,
live
it's
action
bad.
yet.
I haven't watched it, and I'm disappointed from what I heard. But I mean, maybe I'll watch it. I'm hoping that just because they put it live action on Netflix, that they'll bring the anime to Netflix, because usually they end up doing that. So that'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
So I usually ask a question, but I'm gonna ask you this question different.
Okay.
Where would you love to be able to howl? And what I mean by that is, where would be your ideal spot to fight? Where would be like because that's what you do. You howl. That's a victory to walk in.
Like, is he gonna be on Mount Everest?
Where would you?
I got my girl underneath me. Oh, that's what I thought you were talking about.
Hey, where would you like to get wood off at? Where would you?
I'm sorry, my fiance. I don't want to say girl.
Okay.
You gotta say
ideal venue.
Respectfully, howling. Where
the dream spot?
So where would be the coolest place that I would end up fighting, or
your dream spot to fight?
Dream spot to fight would be Japan.
Ooh.
Why Japan?
I've always wanted to fight in Japan. I've always wanted to go to Japan. Obviously, I said I want Godzilla in my corner. I've always loved,
anime.
Anime, and I grew up watching Godzilla. And the 70s Godzilla movies. So like Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, Godzilla vs. Megalon, Godzilla vs. Gigan, all the 70s crazy where he's doing like flips and flying off atomic breath and shit like that.
I remember that.
That's Godzilla I grew up with, and I've always loved the idea of fighting in Japan, so that would be pretty cool. They love fighting over there, so I think you get a lot of respect, and it'd just be a cool experience.
That'd be
so you dope. Like the new Godzillas too?
Oh yeah, of course. So it's funny. When I was a kid, I watched Godzilla vs. King Kong, and I'm like, this is stupid. Godzilla should always win. King Kong is lame. And King Kong is a lame character. I'm sorry, he is. And the original King Kong is like 30 feet tall. So it's like, well, Godzilla stomps on him, even if it's the original Godzilla, which is like 150 feet tall. So either way, right? As a kid, I was like, man, I want to direct a Godzilla vs. King Kong movie, and Godzilla's going to kick his ass. And then, of course, they do. I never knew they were going to do a remake. And then they do. And I like the movie, but I think it's really lame that the movie was all about King Kong the entire time. Yeah. And then, even though Godzilla beats King Kong gets to beat Mechagodzilla. So I'm like,
What the
That's
fuck?
super lame. Because I grew up, like I said, watching Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, and that's probably my favorite old Godzilla movie. And Godzilla just rips his head off at the end and beats him.
Mhm.
It's like, it's a good redemption story because he gets his ass kicked in the beginning, blood everywhere, and then he fights him again, gets his ass kicked again, missiles in his skin, blood shooting out of his neck, and then he still just powers up and beats him. Like, that's a cool. But then he just give it to King Kong. I'm like, King Kong is lame. It's a lame character. Godzilla's had, I don't know, a billion movies. It's like, I don't care about King Kong. Show me Godzilla winning. All right.
There's
But I
levels
do
to
like
this
the new ones.
shit.
I saw the new Godzilla -1 that was in theaters. That was probably the best Godzilla
What?
movie with like where you feel the people's plight, you know.
Mhm.
In the end of the movie, I'm like, I want this guy to kill Godzilla. You know, they really made Godzilla. They really made Godzilla a bad guy, and they did it really well, and it was a good movie. I like that movie.
It really was a good movie.
Yeah. What do you think of like the early 2000s Godzilla? Because that one that was
Oh, yeah.
definitely a different take.
Godzilla 2000. I watched that. I went, and that was my birthday. So
Oh wow.
this
nice.
is this is a this is an interesting thing. I wasn't allowed to have any birthday parties with friends. You know, normally you're like, oh, you get to invite your friends over and you can have a birthday party. I was bad in school. So, and it didn't change when Godzilla 2000 came out. The only reason I was allowed to have a birthday party with friends is that Godzilla 2000 came out. My parents were like, "All right, we're gonna let you have a birthday party." But you know what? When I think about it, there's two reasons why I probably didn't have birthday parties when I was younger. Was I probably didn't have that many friends. One, and two, my parents got divorced that year, like right after that, pretty much. So they were probably like, "We feel bad for this kid, so let's just give him a birthday party." That's
Yeah.
probably what really happened. But I'll just say it's because Godzilla. Godzilla
Yeah.
saved me.
Yeah. Well, hey, it still adds a key memory for you.
Yeah, you know, I love that movie. Godzilla 2000 is good. I don't really care too much about Godzilla 2000's design though. I don't really
Mhm.
watch too many of those movies, like the Millennium movies. I like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the 90s movies. Like that's my favorite
Yeah.
looking Godzilla. Godzilla versus Space Godzilla. I love that
Mhm.
movie. Godzilla versus King Ghidorah. Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. Godzilla versus Mothra.
I
Godzilla
think
versus
they
Destroya, Biollante.
the early thousands was all that extra over the top special effects bullshit.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
too much digital. You know, I
That's
like
when
the
they're like, "Oh, this button works. Let me use it 1,000
yeah.
times in this movie."
I like the guy in the suit. You know, I like the guy in the suit, and um, and I could see the strings. You know, I like that. You know, I like
Yeah.
the less digital effects. Yeah, those
Right.
2000 the 90s movies was
Where the stuff.
perfect.
Mhm.
2000s, yeah, they did a lot of digital effects in those ones.
Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah. So those
the
90s
Matrix
gave you some
ruined
nostalgia.
everything. Yeah, the Matrix like ruined everything. When they came out the Matrix, they're like, "Oh my
Oh yeah.
god, we're gonna do everything like that."
Yeah.
And then RoboCop was doing all sorts of weird stuff, and
Well,
yeah,
I mean, when you think about it, I mean, the Matrix was crazy, but Jurassic Park was at 92. That was like
Oh
oh
yeah.
amazing.
yeah,
It was like
yeah,
right then you were like, oh shit. And then Terminator 2 came out, I think around the same time. That
yeah,
was crazy effects. It was
Mhm.
like,
yeah,
yeah, when you pour that much money into it, it looks really real. But then
right.
you you don't pour that much. You don't put that much money into it, and you're not getting those same kind of effects.
Mhm. Yeah.
Well, Bobby, before we let you go, one of the last things we always do is we ask the youth. We got, we were always pushing for the youth and trying to give them, good words of
Yeah.
encouragement and advice. So, what would be something you would say to some young kids out there that might be listening and either A or looking towards martial arts for the non-bullying we're dealing with these days, or just in general, on growing up and heading towards success.
Well, let me clarify one thing about when I say bullying. So I was actually talking to my one of my clients about this. don't be a bully, right? Like, I am lucky that I got to go face to face with a kid that I had bullied when I was younger. And when I'm older, and wiser, and I regret all the things that I might have done to this person or something like that. It was not that bad, trust me. But um I was a shit. I will tell you that much. I was a piece of shit. And with some things, you don't want to live with that kind of regret. So when I
Yeah.
talk about bullying, you've got to bully your friend group, right? Like, you see your friend acting weird, you go, bro, what is wrong with you, dude? Like, you gotta, like, it's not like a,
A stranger off the streets.
but that's not what I want to say to the youth. But I'm just trying to clarify. Like,
Mhm.
don't
With
actually
good
don't
interest.
don't listen to what I say. Bring bullying back, and then start like torturing kids. That's
No.
not what I mean. You're never gonna feel good about that if you get a a a, a sense of meaning in life. Like, you're never gonna feel good when you get older and be like, man, I did that when I was younger. Wow,
Yeah.
that was good. No, you're gonna be like, wow, I really was a piece of shit. So don't be the bully, but you've got to keep your friends in line, right? But other than that, I mean, kids these days, I really want you guys to join your local gym, right? Like, I'm not telling you to come to Fight Ready. Go join the gym down the street. It doesn't need to be some big MMA gym. You just need join the gym, make some friends, learn some shit, and you don't even need to be fighters when you grow up. But to know that you're able to do it, to learn a little bit how to defend yourself, you get confidence, you start to feel better about yourself now. Besides the confidence, you probably end up looking better because now you're getting in shape. Everything gets better in life, right? I remember I read a thing that said guys and looking on resumes, they really want to, they like to hire people that have done, like, people that have wrestled. They know these guys work hard and they have a strong work ethic. And I'm not saying you join wrestling, but that same martial arts base transfers beyond just learning how to fight people. You learn how to be a better person. You learn that, hey, maybe that shit you did when you were younger, you're a piece of shit. You've got to get that self-realization of, like, oh shit, I actually was, I shouldn't do that. Like,
That sense of self accountability.
yeah, there we go. That's a good way of saying it. And making a better you. And I think martial arts is one of the best ways to do that.
I agree.
Absolutely.
So hopefully, any youth out there, don't bully your friends, but in a nice way. But let them know when they're fucking up. All right.
Yeah. Keep them in
You get a
line.
friend that dresses up like a dog. You say, bro, what is wrong with you, dude? Go outside. Get out of here.
Hey, don't tell him to go outside. Like, he might go outside and have.
Oh shit, I am a dog. See, yeah, you're like, no, get that shit off. All right, don't.
He's like, go for a walk.
Yeah, go for a walk. Oh yeah, where's my leash? You're like, bro,
Right.
what is wrong with you? Right,
Oh,
you got to
man.
keep your friends in check. All right,
For sure.
unless you want to be the one that's a dog. Hopefully, your friends keep you in check then. All right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You are human. Trust me. I want to be a werewolf. Trust me. I wanted to be a dog when I was growing up. You're not a dog, all right? You are a human. You are gonna do human shit. You're gonna be pushed in society after school, and it is gonna chew you up and eat you, chew you up and spit you out. All right? Do not be a dog. Okay?
We're raising a whole bunch of mascots.
Yes, come on. Yeah, unless you're gonna be the high school mascot.
Oh, man.
Don't
Well,
do
Bobby, man, we really appreciate you coming on.
it. Of course. Thanks for having me.
Any
Thanks for
shout outs
coming
you want
on,
to
man.
give anybody?
What's up?
Any shout outs you want to give anybody or anything before we get out of here?
Shout out to my two guys fighting next week, Alex and Austin. They'll be fighting in Yuma. So shout out to those guys. And who else? I don't know. Shout out to my baby mama, fiance Yuli. Thanks for letting me do this interview for a little bit. She's outside the door right now, warming up our leftovers.
We think you heard too.
Camila was crying at the door a little bit, trying to get in here. So thanks for not being a crazy girl and ruining the interview.
No, it was great. I mean, it was awesome having you on because I know we've been talking about a minute, so it was dope as hell.
Cool. I was happy to do this. It was a lot of fun, honestly.
Yeah. And of course, we had to give you a proper intro. Got to drop down the werewolf quotes.
That intro, you need to record that. I need to walk out to it as a fight.
Hey, let's do it. We'll get the soundtrack.
Rap. We need it.
Hey, we'll do it, man.
All right.
Well, thank you, man, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, James. And I'll be seeing you guys soon, hopefully.
Yeah. Yes, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Peace.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
That was a dope episode, man.
Yeah, no, it really was, man. And so dope. We always talk about, we're a fighting show, but we'll talk. We talk about fighting a little bit, but we end up going just veering off life lessons and all sorts of stuff. But no, that was a really, really good episode.
And it's great too because it still ties together with fighting and all this stuff because. Like Bobby said, encourage, join a gym. Doesn't have to be the biggest, fanciest, hottest, shottest gym. It could literally be the one that just started down the street from you. So long as you get in there, get active, test yourself and see what you're capable of, that's going to do leaps and bounds, not just for your character development, but for how your future is going to unfold. Because emotional intelligence, especially, is the biggest thing. How are you going to react to situations? What decisions are you going to make? And what are the repercussions of those decisions, whether they're good or bad?
And most of these kids don't have a lot of emotional intelligence. Damien, I don't know if you're still watching, but if you are, what did you think about that Sean Strickland fight this past weekend, man?
Was it worse than the first Transformer? I had to take a jab too because I honestly, first Transformers was great, but the rest of them I was like, well, they weren't that great, especially when they got rid of Shia LaBeouf. That was the bigger bummer. Yeah,
the Transformers were not very. I only watched like 1 and 2, and then they just got gimmicky to me. Very, very gimmicky to me. Oh, Damien must not be in here right now. But yeah, man, no, that was really, really, really fun. Talking to Bobby, sitting down, and just we talked to a lot of guys that have fought and now are coaching and so on and so forth. And talking to him, being in the position where he's been in, only having one fight last year, cornering so many different fights, having that hunger to get back in the octagon and make that rip back to the UFC. How challenging that is to stay motivated in training and preparing these other guys for something that you yourself have so much built up energy and tension ready to release so you can be at that.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with that. And I'm really hoping he does get that call back for the Ultimate Fighter. So I think that'd really do great for him because he's on a winning streak now. And like I had said to him before too, his last wins against Daniel Soto once again demonstrates that there's level to this game, bro. There are levels to this. And especially if you want to be in the UFC, you got to be so versatile and so capable. It doesn't matter if it's standing up, if it gets the clinch against the cage, if you're on the ground, whether you're on top position, bottom position, in a weird position, in another position, you got to know how to do it. And Bobby Moffett showed exactly that. So I'm going to be really excited. I really hope that he does get into it.
Yeah, man. And we always talk, me, myself, I always talk about how I just love personalities because that's what really sells beyond the octagon. You could be one of the greatest fighters. You're going to do what you do. But that doesn't mean they're going to you're gonna be up here on that other status. I mean, we saw Conor McGregor, we've seen Izzy, we've seen Usman, we've seen these guys, but then we see Aljamain Sterling. Then we see, other guys like that. I'm having a brain fart, but Covington. We've seen Chael Sonnen. We've seen these other guys where they might not be the most liked person, fighting styles in the octagon and whatnot, but their personalities oversell them. You know what I mean? And I think that Bobby getting in there would be great because he has that personality. He has that that wins over the crowd, and I think it'd be great for his career.
Yeah, especially too now with just the fact that social media has such a heavy influence on that. Help with Bobby, we're gonna have to make that soundtrack for the intro.
Right,
That'd be
no,
dope.
for sure. It was I think the one championship main event last week was better than Strickland. Now that's very interesting. I didn't watch it. Now I'm going to go back and watch the event. Now that you said that. Now, do you say it was because of the card itself, or because of the results of the fight? Because I actually thought it wasn't a bad card overall. I think it was probably I mean, he might be kind of onto something.
Yeah, I was surprised as hell that Neil Magny got the knockout in the third round. I didn't think he was gonna win. I'm not gonna lie on that one.
Didn't they already schedule him for 300?
No, that's GF Neal versus Ian Gary. That
Okay.
I'm gonna love seeing that press conference, bro. I'm gonna love seeing that press conference.
That's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be. I'm really excited over the next two UFC pay-per-views. I mean, 299 and 300 are gonna be retarded, bro. Retarded.
Yeah, and they got freaking Justin Gaethje and Max Holloway fighting for the BMF belt, bro. That's gonna now. I like Max Holloway more than Justin Gaethje, hands down. But I'm nervous that we may see Justin Gaethje pull the number for that first ever knockout on Max Holloway. He had Tony Ferguson's number, and I don't think Max has ever fought someone with that much power.
If you know me, I'm all AZ. I'm sorry, Max, but you ran into the wrong one. And Justin finna, what did little Scrappy say? Justin finna put the pause on it, man. Justin finna put but I think I like this fight more than any of the previous BMFs. Because I feel like Justin and Max are dead ass, like they're the top. I mean, they just don't have the title right now. And I felt that kind of way about Masvidal and Nate Diaz at the time as well. But I just feel like these two are like it right now. They are that.
Yeah. And it's going to be interesting because this is a dynamic where Justin Gaethje is primary power and Max is volume. That's going to be unique for their style.
Question: with Rock being board of directors of TKO, how big of an impact will it help UFC and WWE, especially now that Raw is going to Netflix next year? So this is very interesting. I'm glad you brought this up. So if you didn't know, Rock got named to the board. Yeah, this morning. So he's one of the heads of TKO now, and I think it's going to do a lot. I've said this since the beginning, and again, I'm going to kind of reiterate what I was just talking about. I believe that regardless of what anyone says, what made WWE the mecca that it is today is the talking, is the mic, is the cutscenes, the little promos that they do, and all that stuff. Even now, if you look and you watch a wrestling show right now, and then you watch a show from 1995,
Mhm.
And you got Mean Gene Okerlund standing in the back behind stage with Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior, and they're cutting a live promo talking shit right before they walk out of the curtain and go into a fight. That like puts that oomph on people,
Mhm.
and it brings that fight just a tad bit higher. So, for instance, these press conferences, most people didn't even know who what's his name was, Ian, until he said that crazy ass shit.
That's
Now
very true.
he's selling out pay-per-view. He can headline a pay-per-view right now.
Mhm. Yeah.
Prior to this, he wasn't fighting any different. He wasn't fighting any different at all. So
Mhm.
controversy sells. No matter what people say, controversy sells. Just the same way sex sells.
Mhm. Yeah. Now, because I didn't know about that with The Rock, I only will wave caution of concern that he doesn't make it too much about himself. Only because there has been criticism before where, like other projects, he made it too much focused on himself and what he does that actually ruins the project itself. So that'd be my only concern. But other than that, with the resume he has in WWE, everything is done, and then also too the relationship he has with Dana White and everything.
Listen here, Jabroni. You're gonna tell me that the most electrifying man in sports entertainment history can't instill his skills in others?
Not if it hurts the business.
It ain't gonna hurt the business. Yeah, I mean,
It hurt the DC universe.
look, bro. At the end of the day, I look. We got people like Patty. I think Patty's personality,
Mhm.
if you've ever caught him on an interview, is great.
Mhm.
I don't think Patty gets to talk enough. I think that you look at somebody like Max Holloway,
Mhm.
whom the fans love. Nate Diaz, fuck it, Nate Diaz. Being able to listen to Nate Diaz after that fight with Jake Paul,
Mhm.
hearing Nate Diaz on the mic again and having him be able to talk freely. The way that he commands a mic is just it's great. It's good TV. It's good entertainment.
Yep. Good marketing.
It's great. So I think it's going to be wonderful going forward to have them in there, and I think you're going to start seeing more of that. It hurt the Fast and the Furious
Thank you, Damien.
franchise.
Thank you. That's my homie, bro. That's my homie. Thank you, bro. See?
Hey, Cat Williams told us why it hurt.
Damien approved.
Cat Williams told us why the Fast and the Furious franchise was hurt.
Wait, what?
Cat Williams told us why the Fast and the Furious franchise was hurt.
Why?
Because of Ludacris.
Really? Why is that?
Because of what he did. He sold himself to the devil. Sold his soul.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. I'm stepping in the danger zone.
When Cat Williams say, "I have a virgin booty hole,"
I'm dead.
He said, "I know what they offer me. I turned it down. How did you get that role?"
I'm dead. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. So this is what you call a diverse episode.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, I can't wait. Get things going.
Mm-hmm.
February can't come quick enough. February 20th, right? Or is it February 16th?
February 16th. So PFA 6 is going to be February 16th. It's going to be more action-packed Muay Thai kickboxing.
And then right after that, in good old March, PFA is doing MMA. And let me tell you guys, once that happens, it is going down.
Down, bro.
Going down.
Isn't there going to be some pro in March?
Yeah, March will kick off first pro events kick off MMA. And like I said, I mean, once that happens, the takeover's here, and it's really going down, man. I'm really excited about 2024. The door is wide open.
Yep. I agree with that. It's going to be absolutely insane because, you're seeing just all the momentum that's got built for 2023. Now it's coming in through 2024 times 10 because we got a whole year where we have the foundation, and now we're just rinse, lather, repeat, and we're just stacking on top.
We don't know when it's going to be released, but we are putting together. We're trying to decide how many episodes it's going to be, but we're going to put together season 1 of. We don't even know the name of it yet. But
it's a spin-off series.
Yeah, we got a spin-off series coming to you, more in-person, live, in-depth looks into gyms, into coaches, into fighters, just ringmen. We're going to break it down, man, and we're going to go to them. We're going to go to their favorite restaurants, their favorite gyms, their favorite places, and we're going to dive into them. So we got a lot, man. There's a lot of stuff going on this year, and I can't wait.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm excited for it. And it's going to be, like I always say, it's going to be a privilege to see all the new fighters coming up in 2024, all the old fighters that we've already gotten to see, meet, talk to. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah, definitely. Anything you want to say before we get out of here, man?
No, just as always, stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. 2024 is going to be hot every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. We haven't announced next episode's guest yet, but the following, we actually got one of Bobby Moffett's boys, Jace Jones, coming on the show. So definitely stay tuned for that. That should be episode 4. And then other than that, just as always, peace, love, chicken grease, brother.
Yeah, and I concur. We got a lot of stuff ahead coming ahead. We didn't get to get on here last week, so congratulations to Marcus. Beautiful finish, handled business out there. Mario Batista handled business out there. I'm missing one of our heavyweights in MMA.
Waldo Costa.
Waldo, congratulations. Arizona, man, we talk about it all the time. For the ones that are out of state that catch our show, sorry for you guys having to hear us boast AZ all the time, but it is.
We got to represent, bro.
We are on fire right now, and we had 3 guys on that card last week, or the week before. Yeah, last week, and we went 3-0 on the card. And then like we talked about, watch out for the bantamweight division this year. I'm telling you guys, Arizona's going to be champion all year. Be ready for it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, but other than that, man, thank you for tuning in to the #1 sports combat podcast show out. And we will see you next time.
That's cool.
All sports, all plays, ball courts, pump fakes, crossovers, and some more. All sports, all plays, ballparks, home base, miss that speed by, that's 3 strikes. We know what's happening in the league. All sports, all plays, ASAP. Cause we know what's going down with your team. We'll bring you up to speed, ASAP.